So watch out, world, because we're coming at you, and we only have one motto.
We don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time.
Non-apologetic
Nonsense.
I think it's time we take this show on the road.
All right.
I've been utilizing Black Friday to get all the deals, right?
Yeah.
I like the YouTubers out in public, whether you're interviewing people, whether you're busting their balls, or whether you're getting real stories of real people. You know, it's kind of the direction of the personality of the person, right? But I always found that interesting. And I've always kind of wanted to do that. So I'm like, you know what? Black Friday, I'm getting everything. So starting yesterday, I already got the camera, okay? So the, like right here, we're running, these GoPros are, I think they're 7s. Yeah. It says in big letters. You could have helped me out there. But the 10s actually do good in low light. And that's always been the GoPro's problem, is that even like by low light, I don't even mean night. I just mean like inside without all this lighting, you know. The 10, I saw a bunch of it's the 11. I saw a bunch of samples of, and man, it looks amazing. And see, I have these two 7s, and then I have old school, like 3s, 4s, and I think I have a 5, but I haven't had the newest model in years. So I saw on YouTube, on eBay, they were doing auctions, and then first one went for like $250, and I pussed out and was like, eh. So another one ended a few minutes later, and boom, got that son of a gun for $130.
Nice.
So what I thought about that is, I could have grabbed a DSLR and we could have gotten the great, perfect stuff. But then that means whoever's behind the camera, depending on where we're at, has to be changing the aperture, has to be playing with focus, has to be doing all that. The GoPro is kind of like dumb proof. Like whether I'm alone or whether like you have the camera or what have you, it's really just a point and shoot. So I thought that would be best. You know what I mean? All around, that's the best idea. So you know me, I'm an audio guy. I know my audio. So I was searching, and I tend to overcomplicate things when it comes to audio to make sure we always have a good signal, whether it be in the recording studio or in here or what have you. So I was going with, when I was shopping for boards for this show, Zoom makes the little, Zoom, let's get on Zoom, like the company Zoom. They make
those like the video.
Video conferencing. They make these little interfaces, and they're meant to be portable. Like they could have like 4 channels, so you can plug in 4 microphones. You can individual levels. You can't really do any mixing, but it gives you a good signal. And then you take that audio, you put it into Pro Tools, and you mix it, and then you edit your video. So I was going to go that route. So I'm like, we need one of them interfaces. We need a mic that can be like held, so hey, you know what I mean? So can do that, but I also thought I'd like to do a lot of one-on-one interviews in public.
Yeah.
And so we kind of need lapel mics, because what if we're talking about something serious? I don't want to, so you're saying your father raped you? Like that just doesn't seem like. Or we might have to take to that. Because I don't want to like shove a microphone in someone's face if we're talking about something important. Like I don't want to be like, so how old?
Horrible.
How old did you say you were when your father beat you? And then throw a mic in their face. And yes, we're laughing because that's the second take I had to do that because the first one was so repulsive. But
it wasn't even better.
It wasn't? Maybe we'll use the first one. So I was thinking we need lapel mics. Something I can just like, if we're sitting down, I can like clip on to them, clip onto me, you, whatever, and we have good audio. So now I got to buy 2 lapel mics. I got to buy the interface, and I got to buy a handheld and all the accessories in between. So right there, we're looking at like 5 to 7, And I'm like, that's too much. I don't want to go bare bones, but we don't need to go recording studio quality. You know what I mean? Just to where it doesn't sound like cell phone audio and it's half decent. So I did go on a little bit of hunt of the YouTubers I like. And I know my audio equipment good enough that all I have to do is see them, using the equipment and look at their little pack. And I'm like, all right, okay, he's using that. That won't work for me, but it's kind of, because I can hear their quality. That's the best way to do it. I can see he's using, interface C, and this guy's using interface A, or this guy's using a handheld portable recorder. Here's the sound he's getting. So what I did find was there's a company called DJI, and see, they're trying to take a lot of the real estate away from GoPros. they essentially sell GoPros that are a little bit better quality and cheaper. It's an action camera brand. So they also make lapel mics, except they're not lapel mics. Like traditionally, the lapel mics actually look like little microphones or little tubes. These are like squares. So you clip them on your shirt, or they have magnets. So like you can take it and let's say, I don't know, you need it to be right here. You would take the magnet, put that inside your shirt, and then boom, it'll hold it right where it needs to go. But here's the kicker. They actually sell an attachment that goes to a full, it looks like a full-size microphone, right? So it's the handheld, the shaft, and then you put that little square block, that microphone in, and then you put a windscreen over it, and it's, you know what I'm saying? So as long as they sound good, and here's the thing, they actually record up to 4 hours of unprocessed audio onto the actual little blocks, onto the microphones. So that cuts the interface out, and as long as it doesn't somehow squash the audio, as long as it truly is unprocessed 32-bit audio, I can throw that right into Pro Tools and do all the mixing I want. So it's almost like bypassing preamps in a certain way, and it's super cool if it works. So instead of me having to spend $5 to $7 on top of the camera, right now Sweetwater.com has them for $250. And I'm going to call the guy. He always emails me when it's like Black Friday and stuff, and like, hey, if you bundle this with this, I'll give you a deal. So I'm going to see what kind of deal he'll give me on like all the accessories I need, that, the little douchey mic handle, and yeah, and then all that's left to get is I'd like a gimbal, like a real gimbal for the GoPro. I've had you use the things before, like the handheld stabilizers.
Oh yeah.
But these are like different. They're called 3-axis gimbals, so they have batteries in them, and whenever you move it, it's like the GoPro sort of floats, and then the motor in it is constantly fighting what you're doing. So if you're being a jackass, it's going to do its best to keep it somewhat straight in like a Z and Y axis, up, down, left, right, as opposed to swivel swabble. So I think that would be super cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty handy.
So we need ideas though, like where to go. You know what I mean? Like who do we go and interview? Like I know who I want to go one-on-one interview. And I've already kind of put the wheels are sort of already in motion for that, so I don't really want to say it right now.
All right.
But like event-wise, like you go to a lot of crazy asshole events, I'm thinking we need to start covering them. When you're going to your Slipknotty concerts and, Korn or whatever the hell. What do you even go to?
Slipknot, Korn, Tool.
Oh, you really go to Korn concerts? I was busting your balls.
They put on a good show.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'd rather go to a Limp Bizkit show myself.
See that new metal cowboy?
I don't know what that is, but
That was
sure.
Limp Bizkit. I've seen the video of him in his like Levi's and a Western shirt and cowboy hat.
No, I haven't heard a thing from Limp Bizkit since like the 90s or early 2000s.
First
no.
started when they started touring again. First he like threw on a wig and like, I don't know, he's doing like dad vibes, I think he called it. Like he'd perform on stage just chilling in a recliner. But now I don't know if it's a festival or whatnot. But yeah, he was all dressed up as a cowboy and you didn't recognize him. He's like, you partners ready to break some shit? And then fucking go into break stuff. And
Oh, so they took a hiatus. They quit doing music for a while. Yeah, I haven't heard from them, but every once in a while I'll hear, like
I think they put
break
out a new
stuff
album
or
not too
something.
long ago. And then started touring again. I'm not 100% on that, but
Yeah, I definitely go to a Limp Bizkit show. But yeah, anytime like shows like that, or I even thought, it's almost like every weekend now I'm reading about a shooting in Joplin, Kind of thought we go cover the mayhem, you know what I mean? Which would be the 500 block getting out, the bars closing down. So like the 130 beat. And it would be like 15 minutes, and it's either going to be the wildest 15 minutes or, well, didn't get anything, let's go on back.
Oh, did you hear that Chase Friday in Joplin?
No.
Yeah, dude, almost hit me.
Almost hit you.
Yeah, I was over on 5th and Moffett going to pay my rent. And I was going to park along the side, parallel park. And I was pulling out into the intersection, and I stopped because I could hear the sirens coming. This truck comes flying, at least 100.
So he was running from the police.
Oh, yeah, after he passed, about 10 cops right behind him. Yeah. And if I would have pulled out just like maybe a foot more, he would have totaled my car.
What time of day was this?
In the morning.
Like morning or like 2 a.m.?
No, like 8, 9. I said I'd gotten off work and I was over there to, like I said, go pay my rent.
Did you check what the end result of the chase was? Like,
Yeah, I think I seen it on Facebook. They caught him like not too far after they passed me.
Yeah, see, I think going out, covering like the crazy drunks, and then anytime there's an event like we almost did it just a month ago, but I didn't think we had the proper gear to do it properly. But the Comic-Con thing, I think interviewing
That
those
would be a cool one
crazy
to go to.
people, because you get those people at those events who like that's their life.
They're
you know
actually
what I
about
mean?
to have one coming up, I think in February or March maybe, down in Springfield. It's the one I took my daughter to earlier this year. She got a picture taken with Corey Taylor and whatnot. But I didn't think it would be like as big and all the dress ups like
Where
the one in LA
furries-
where the massive one, Comic-Con or whatnot. Yeah, they do.
there were furries there.
Yes.
I'd like to interview
There's
a furry.
There's one dude took a picture with him because he had a Shredder costume from like Ninja Turtles 2, the original. Badass, like spot on.
Yeah, I think going to that, interviewing those sort of people, like I could sit down with a furry,
Yeah, there you go.
Be like, what the fuck is
There's
wrong
this
with you?
chick best dressed up as Bowser from Mario.
Sexy.
In a weird way, it was.
Yeah, no, I think if we incorporated like that sort of stuff into here, that's what I tend to flock to if I'm going to watch YouTube. And I think that at least I'm a little bit rawer than those people are, meaning I might go to places or say things that I'm not saying they don't have the balls to say, but that they know better not to say. Right. I don't know no better. I'll be going in there acting a fool strapped up like a baby car seat. You know what I mean? But that's the whole thing, is trying to figure it out how neither of us are like bogged down with equipment. Now all you'll have the GoPro in your hand, or I'll have it in my hand, depending on who's doing the talking. And then it'll literally just be a handheld mic that is passed back and forth, and then the receiver for the handheld mic is, maybe like this. So that could probably be thrown in a pocket, as long as the signal doesn't have to have line of sight. If it does, we might have to figure out like a belt clip or something, but it'll basically be like having a pair of AirPods. Maybe a little bit bigger, but essentially it'll be an AirPods case.
Right. Okay.
And then that's all that'll have to be carried, and then we'll get GoPro will have to bring extra batteries because it'll burn through them. But like the mics, the two mics, they'll get, I think battery life, they get 15 hours, but internal recording, it's 4. So it would be a matter of, if it's going to be longer than 4 hours, probably bringing like an iPad or something and dumping the footage off onto it and then re-going. But yeah, it seems like the most streamlined setup I can get that'll at least give us, like, we're not going to have the best video, but I think we could easily nail a 7 or so on out of 10. And then audio, like, as long as I can get a good uncompressed signal, like, we'll have good audio. You know what I mean? I just throw it into Pro Tools and just beat it to hell. But yeah, so watch out, world, because we're coming at you, and we only have one motto.
We don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time. Oh no.
Non apologetic.
Nonsense.